two missions. The first mission is to break news, and the second mission is to get government and other institutions to react to the news that we break. What a lot of other people in the media do is they comment on the news, or they become pundits. What we're trying to do is break news and get people talking about issues they don't want to talk about. So we've done a lot of investigations. We've done investigations into Acorn. I know that Acorn was actually started in Arkansas.
Yep, that's correct.
I'm sure many of you know that. What we found is that these groups are kind of splintered, and now it's no longer Acorn per se. It's Organizing for Action, Organizing for America, Enroll America, which is the investigation we quite literally released 10 minutes ago. There's groups called Battleground Texas, which try to turn states like Texas into a Democratic voting state. Last year, we did an investigation into voter fraud that followed up on our Acorn investigation. We actually got people in Houston, Texas, fired for telling us to vote multiple times. We also personalize our investigations. So, for example, last year, with the voter fraud investigations, we actually walked into Attorney General Eric Holder's poll precinct, and we got offered the Attorney General's ballot to vote. I walked in there, I didn't break any laws, I didn't impersonate the Attorney General, but I did say, hey, do you have an Eric Holder on your poll list there? And they handed me the ballot and said, here you go, Mr. Holder. So the brilliance of that type of technique is that you're really personalizing, like Saul Alinsky says, personalize the target. And we often use these Alinsky tactics against community organizations. So it's a pretty interesting combination. So our plan, and Project Veritas' plan, is to take what we do and to do it on a massive scale. To go across the country and expose fraud, waste, and abuse in these types of organizations, particularly ones that receive federal funding. One of my favorite stories, actually, from what I've been through, and I wrote a book, it's called Breakthrough, and I talk about this stuff at length. But I really can't make up a lot of stuff that has happened to my colleagues at Project Veritas. But one of my favorite stories involves the voter fraud investigations that we did. And we exposed dead people voting in New Hampshire. We walked into these precincts, and they were handing us these ballots in the names of people who were deceased. So after I did this, the state of New Hampshire changed the law to require photo identification. And I upset the Attorney General of New Hampshire in a major way. So this guy's name, and I can't make this up. The Attorney General of New Hampshire, his name is actually Richard Head. Dickhead. And he tries to disguise it, in his letters it says Richard W. Head. So he's trying to deflect from his name. But Richard Head actually sent 7 agents, 2 Massachusetts FBI agents, to try to criminally investigate me. And so there's a chapter in the book called The Rise of Richard Head.
Oh, no.
There's a lot of crazy anecdotes like that. But I think one of the reasons why people don't do what I do is because we do get into hot water. Even Acorn sued me for violating their privacy rights by filming them. Now we argued this was unconstitutional for them to try to put me in jail for filming people in public location. We think it's perfectly moral to film Acorn employees in their offices. David Korn of Mother Jump magazine won a Polk Journalism Award for filming Mitt Romney's comments in an undercover setting in Florida. So we lost that argument in federal court, and we admitted no liability. But one of the reasons people don't do what we do at Project Veritas is because there is a lot of liability involved. And there is a lot of, you get into hot water, you upset powerful people, they're going to come after you. I think we're
Yeah, it's been cutting out for a while. I'm surprised.
While it's paused, if you think of a question, come down here so I'll know.
Internet connection.
I was going to ask what the Wi-Fi password is for here.
Whoa.
I like the sounds.
Actually, he's offline. Oh, God. What's that? Yeah. Website. What's the website?
I'm just looking him up on Twitter. I'm sure he's easy.
I just want to make sure that it is.
Yeah, I think it was red when it was up there.